Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the University of Oregon Esports. So excited to join you today. My name is Chase, also known as Wakeless. I'm here joined by my fellow co-caster, Jacob.
Yeah, also known as Blippy Jacob. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've got a banger of a match. We've got the PlayFly Open Plus semifinals, UO Yellow versus USC Gold. We've got a crazy matchup. Both teams are red hot going into this. Low-key, a little bit of a rivalry match. We've seen these guys play time and time again. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see it.
Yeah, and like you said, semifinals. So the winner of this going to grand finals of PlayFly Open Plus.
Yeah.
A couple $100 on the line is
Couple
what I was
$100,
hearing.
yeah.
That's
Something crazy.
some more money in the pockets for these players.
Hey,
More money than green or white or really
hey,
anybody else in the program. So
earnings
there's a
check.
lot on the
Yeah,
line
no, yeah,
here
yeah, yeah.
today. We're gonna be jumping into. I believe they're still doing map picks bands right now. What are you looking to see for the side of University of Oregon today?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to just roll through the roster real quick. We got Nora, we got Arya, aka Yoshi, we got Sloth, we got Scoobs, we got Muka, and then against on the USC side we got Arpomi, Zundiga, Father Chad, missed her in yellow. I assume like half of those are not their actual tags, but you know what? Yeah, it's fine. That's chill. That's chill. But on the UO side, who are you looking for to be an impact player today?
Yeah, I think Nora, Bora, and Muka have been lighting up the kill feed all season long. They're kind of like their star players, and you know what? They're not playing the flashy roles either,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yoshi's going to be on that duelist role, doing a lot of the entry work, doing a lot of heavy lifting, getting into the site, execing on the retakes. However, a lot of the time, it's Muka and Nora Bora put in those big spots, big moments where they need to come through for the team, and they've been able to do it time and time again. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
mean,
out for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think something that we got to think about is I feel like Valorant is like very much shifted in the fact that like even though like duelists are still one of the most impactful roles in the game, like you can do so much more on a controller or an initiator, and like we're seeing that now where like the highest impact players in matches are almost always those players. So it's interesting to see, and I think that you nailed it right. I mean, both Nora and Muka have both been going crazy this season. I mean, maybe due for a promotion. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, going into this match, I mean, we don't know the maps yet. Do we know like what maps like? What are their best maps? Give us a little
Yeah.
insight to like what are they feeling? What are they comfortable with? What do they want to avoid?
Sure. Yeah, well, I know one thing's for sure. They do not want to play Ascent.
Definitely do
Coming
not want
back
to play
into the
Ascent.
pool,
Okay.
they've given it a try. I know they practiced it the other day, and the University of Oregon Green team actually was practicing it today with a few of the players from this roster. Both did not go very well.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so they came into today feeling pretty confident they're not going to play Ascent. So I think what we're probably going to be looking at is I know they're very comfortable on Lotus. That's like their
Okay.
favorite map
Lotus.
to play.
Okay. Okay.
For those at home who are familiar with VCT a little bit, G2 has been finding a lot of success on that map with the Breach Teo and the Yoru. And so UO Yellow has kind of taken that and kind of made it their own as well,
Okay.
and seen a lot of success on that map. So I'd be
Gotcha.
looking out for some Lotus today.
All right, Lotus. We have no idea really what USC has in store for us. All we really know is that they had a very dominant performance last match. They just absolutely killed. Who were they playing again? What was it?
Gosh, I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, University of Oregon handled business on their side of the bracket
Yeah, that's all that matters.
against
That's all that
Norwich,
matters.
I believe is
Yeah,
who it was.
Norwich. Shout out, shout out. But yeah, no, I mean, USC, from what I understand, is red hot going into this match. They're looking to get into grand finals here, but same with UO. Same with UO. So it's definitely going to be a fun one. I wonder if we're going to see Lotus map 1, or are they going to wait later into the map pool? I mean, wait, it's best of 3, right?
Yes, best
Okay,
of
best
three
of 3,
today.
best of 3.
I think University of Oregon, I believe, is technically the higher seed coming into this. I believe USC Gold does have the first map pick. So
Okay.
unless they have some knowledge about what U of O likes to play, we're probably looking at Lotus map 2,
Okay,
maybe.
okay.
I know we probably won't be seeing Ascent. We probably may or may not be seeing Split. I know University of Oregon Yellow has
Yeah,
been,
okay.
they've been practicing Split.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we might be looking at that. And I do know today that we do actually have, last time we had Coach Cam for University
We
of
do
Oregon
have,
White.
yeah.
But we do have player cams today, so we can take a quick check into the player
Ooh.
cams, see
Let's
the
check
players.
it
They're getting loose in the
out.
lounge there. A little bit
Clip
of posing
farming,
out, clip
clip
farming
farming.
from Nora Bora there.
That's fire. That's so sick. Shout out Grok on the observing on the, sorry on the VMix today, on the VMix, the live stream, doing crazy work over here. But yeah, we should be getting in here pretty soon here. Looks like map 1 is in fact going to be Lotus.
Yep, and
so
that was University of Oregon's pick.
okay.
Caster getting a text message from
Okay, hey,
Norabora letting us know.
direct insight.
University or so to run through
Direct
it.
insight.
University of Oregon picked Lotus, so they
Okay,
are going
okay,
to be
okay.
playing that first. USC picking Haven.
Interesting,
So
interesting.
I know University of Oregon loves to run the ISO Yoru, so
They
we should
do
be
love
looking forward
that,
to
that little tricky little duelist combination.
Yeah, exactly.
Little
And
tricky
then
duelist
Split is the
combination.
decider map. So honestly, all in
Okay.
all, kind of a good map pool for University
No,
of
it's
Oregon.
not bad at all. Not bad at all. You have 3 maps. You have one map that you feel great on, 2 maps that you feel decent on, and
Yep.
that's better than what you can say for some map pools. I mean, you could have it worse. I mean, we don't really know exactly what USC feel comfortable on, but I mean, we do know that they should be switching sides here.
Yeah, seeing
sorry.
no Ascent, seeing no Icebox is a good thing for University of Oregon.
Yeah,
So
no Icebox, phenomenal. No Ascent. I mean, I wonder if those are probably the first 2 maps that were banned, potentially.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not super tapped into Valorant, full admit, but I feel like Icebox is a map that is still very, very decisive. People either love it or hate it, and if you don't like it, you're gonna ban it right
I
away.
hate it. I know. I don't.
I really like it. I like
you
it.
like it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what I also
Listen,
just
the guy
said.
who hasn't played Valorant in a
Exactly,
long time is
exactly,
not
bro.
very tapped into scene. Interesting that you like Icebox. Everybody I talk to, Jacob.
Yeah.
Everybody I talk to, they say Icebox is the worst map of the pool.
I think they just need to open their mind a little bit more.
I
mean,
maybe that's. I'll open my mind.
Just try to open your mind and understand that like Icebox is just a map that has a lot of opportunity. A lot of people don't understand that. You think about the 2 areas. You think, oh, just just go through.
Minus $25 for
Minus-
caster number 2.
True. You just go through the site and you just put down the bomb with your exec with the wall and you just hold it or whatever. But no, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Yeah, God, I know a lot of Muka in particular, has been advocating to play Icebox all season long.
And that's real. That's real.
He just
That's
wants
real.
to play Harbor, guys. It's not
Harbor's
like he wants
fun.
to play the map because it's fun. He thinks Harbor is fun.
Harbor is in a lot of ways the Icebox of the character roster.
You know what? That's a beautiful way of putting it.
He's just he's very decisive. People they're like, oh my god, I love Harbor, or people are like, nah, bro, like Harbor is just the worst character ever.
Well, I'm
They're
on the
asking
side
for
of worst
prod
character.
RBTW.
And I believe we are ready here, so we're going to be jumping into Map 1 Lotus here in just a moment. As the players load in, we'll get to see what the Agent Select screen is going to be looking like. Pretty exciting here. I know
Yeah.
University of Oregon, they're going to be running the Breach Teho with the Yoru.
Breach Teho with the yep.
So we should
Definitely
be
gonna be running that.
And I believe it's double controller as well. I think there's a Viper with that as well. So it's
got you.
Viper Omen,
Got to get the
Breach
Viper.
Teho, Yoru.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
There we go. Hopping into the character select. Thank you guys for joining us for the pre-show. And here we go right away. On USC side, we're seeing actually very similar situation here. But we are seeing the Neon locked in for Yoshi.
Wow.
Is that uncommon?
I know when we practice, because we've been playing a similar comp on the side of University of Oregon Green, and when we've practiced it with the Yoru. But we have Castle, and he's more comfortable on the Yoru than he is on the Neon, I believe. And Yoshi, one of the best Neon players that I've ever had the pleasure of seeing.
Absolutely.
And the displeasure of playing against.
Yeah, can confirm their Neon is phenomenal.
So it could
so
just be a
good.
comfort thing. I mean, it's a small adjustment, right? The Yoru, the space control that you get with the Yoru, the ability to be on both sides of the map pretty much simultaneously is why it's so strong. However, Neon has that explosiveness, right? The ability to just break open a site, to explode through space that you normally wouldn't be able to. I think with the comfort for Yoshi being on that agent is really just the reason why they want to play that here.
Yeah, and then we talked about the impact players for this match. Nora and Muka. We're seeing the Breach and the Omen. Both these players are going to be players to both watch out for on both teams. I feel like, as both of these characters are very important on this map for setting things up in the mid round. But we are seeing the Vice come out, which is interesting. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think this is like the other version of the current meta Lotus comp, right? You either see the double controller with the Viper Omen along with the Breach Tail. You still have that Breach Tail core, but you go for a more traditional duelist pick in the Raze, right? The nade to blow up some of the defensive setups. And then the Vice is in a really strong spot right now, despite the recent nerfs that kind of hurt her thorns a little bit. It's just the control that you get with the wall and the information you can gain with the flash is a lot for the defenders and for the offense control. So I really like this pick out from USC. It'll be very interesting to see how U of O decides to handle maybe working that that wall out pretty early on the offensive side. But on defense, I think it's going to be a lot of A main brawling going down.
Yeah, and we are seeing UO starting on the defending side here, and we got the game sound too, so that's awesome. Shout out the game sound. But yeah, we're on the defending side first here. I mean, I personally like attacking just because I like holding it down in the end game. That's just how I am personally. But you know, starting on defense, no problem, no sweat for team of this caliber, of this quality. Got a little bit of a setup here on the A site, a little bit of a breach neon situation. Might catch this Vice here.
Look for University of Oregon to be fighting for Rebel pretty heavily, pretty often on this defensive side, right? With this neon, they're going to be trying to take that space away from USC. Meanwhile, USC side looking for pretty much the standard pistol, right?
Yeah.
Put your sentinel outside of A. Let's listen for some noise, and then we'll speed up into C.
Yeah, the C hit is heavy right now, as almost no one's in the A lobbies. Everyone's going into C lobby right now. It's going to leave Nora ISO'd.
Big blind coming out here. Swing comes through the full team blind, but Yellow with the jumping right click. Gonna find the opening pick there. Muka for the trade.
Oh, there's the trade though from our Pomi.
It's gonna open up the site, and the plant's gonna come down here for the side of USC Gold, forced in a 3v4 retake for U of O here.
Yeah, and that's gonna be wow. Yoshi finds the first, finds the second. Almost finds the third there. Yoshi opens it up. 2-3 advantage now. And there finds Sloth finds one. That's the trade that they wanted.
2v1 here now. Nade coming in. Yoshi gonna look maybe to slide in here fast. Getting close up. Takes the duel. Not gonna be good. 1v1 here. Left alone. Scoob's low HP. Shots back and forth. Tap onto the spike. A jump spot. Spotted out. Jiggle once, twice. Walking up, creeping close. Yellow seems to be aware of this. Is he going to find the shot? And the shot comes out from Scoobs. Cleans up the round, and the first pistol going the way of University of Oregon.
Scoobs with the dime, and that's going to be a close one, but no dice for USC as UO scoops up the first one with Scoobs. And wow, what a play. Low health, no problem. Just dink him in the head, and that's all it's going to be. UO takes the advantage there, even though they did have a little bit of a disadvantage at the start of that round, 4-1. Nora did hold down well enough, though, and then with that great open up from Yoshi.
Great shots from Yoshi, absolutely. Yeah. Starting off strong, really setting the tone for University of Oregon's side. A couple great shots out from their two players we didn't talk about in the pre-show. So really,
true. I mean,
all of these players are capable of frying on the side of University of Oregon.
Yeah, and of course. Like, if we don't mention them in the pre-show, that doesn't necessarily mean that they, of course. Everyone has their moments, of course.
Absolutely.
And I think we're definitely going to see everyone on UO Yellow here really show their worth and why this team is just as good as they are today.
Pretty similar setup for USC. Pick out from Nora this time as the flood seems to be speeding up. Good stun out from Muka is going to delay the sight hit there. Viper Orb coming out and the smoke coming in now too to deny the entry.
Yeah, looks like Nora's going to creep back, looking a little bit to get back on site here, take back what she owns. And looks like USC is just holding a little camp, little bonfire outside of C.
Yeah, and with this deep information that Yoshi has on the side of the over by A Rebel is just allowing University of Oregon to stack all of their players towards this B and C bomb site.
Yeah, the double controller on the C site is going to be no way, no how is USC going to be able to get in there. And I think they kind of sense that as they look to maybe try to find some more info on the A site here. But they are going to meet a Yoshi with a Bulldog.
Looks like Flash coming in with the stun. Yoshi put in an awkward spot here, left alone on an island. However, USC decides to pack away. The missiles are going to confirm that information, and Scoops finds a shot on the C side.
There you go. Scoops finds that first one. Onto Yellow. That's that entry gone for USC, and they're a little bit frantic.
And with 20 seconds left, they don't really have too many options besides popping onto the C bomb site, and Nora and Scoops are in this nasty crossfire. It's going to be pretty difficult to break here.
Yeah, they're going to have to death ball out here. Both of them out on site. 1, 2. Here comes the third. Mister finds the one, but it doesn't matter. Scoobs picks up the triple. Scoobs off to a hot start here.
Absolutely.
In this semifinals matchup.
And I think that's a very clean anti-eco round for the University of Oregon side. Really well handled. They really established that A Rebel control, and they never let go of it. Even when USC came back to try and maybe feign some of that pressure back towards A, maybe draw some of the rotates away from C, it really didn't find anything there. Yoshi held her ground and maintained that information, and Scoobs and Nora combined to clean up the round there.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, Scoobs 4-0 right now. Definitely working that way up to that Viper's pit. Going to be a very influential ult, especially in this meta, especially with all of this, the lack of controllers on USC. Super influential. Yoshi getting some space here, on this bonus. Don't feel afraid to just let it fly, let it rip.
And it looks like USC here.
Oh, Nora!
They were grouping towards A, but the pick is going to go down. slide gets out of the way. Yoshi getting out of dodge here. Stalled out here for the side of USC. Stuck Rebel, but they do claim some space as Yoshi disengages.
Yeah, that's the power of that Neon right there. Just be able to take so much space and then leave it so quickly, leaving the attackers perplexed on what exactly they have to re-clear everything here.
A lot for Muka to do here.
Oh, here
Finds
we
the
go.
contact main. He's blinded himself. He's trying to cross out Yellow, not able to find the shot.
Wow, he actually got out, but the smoke spray from Zedonga
First
gets
for Nora.
Nora gets one, though. Or a second, I believe.
Sloth going for a timing. Spots the player out through the smoke, I believe. Back and forth. Spray down not going to be good, and it's going to leave Scoops alone in a 1v3 here.
Scoops looking to potentially keep that no death streak going, but it's going to be a lot to do here with the Spectre.
He snuck into the back site there, and it seems like USC's not aware, but eventually Arpomi does turn around and does spot out Scoops and cleans up the first round for their side.
To the right, to the right. All right, anyways here. USC takes their first round here, an expected win, you know, they house their full buy round here, and the damage isn't too bad. You're losing 2 guns, you're going to be able to rebuy, you're going to have a Guardian for 1, get the regen shield up, but UO is going to have those full rifles here. It's going to be interesting to see if they have any setups planned for this full rifle round. This is a very influential round. Whoever wins this round is going to have so much of that money swing that it's going to be very tough to play against that.
Yeah, and again, University of Oregon just going to continue to fight for this A main control. They know that they kind of own this space here. Meanwhile, on the C side, it looks like Scoops and Nora are going to take more advantage positions, however, forced to TP out after the stun there.
I really like that. I really like that double aggression on both of the sides of the map. A little axes attack, as I would like to call that. But it looks like USC is going to try to show some presence on B, trying to see if they can get some rotations here. But the Rainbow Six Siege drone, I think, finds the raise. So there you go. They're going to have to back out a little bit here.
Yeah, and again, University of Oregon has this deep rebel control thanks to Yoshi there jiggling away. So all of these players that are grouping towards C right now, they're not going to really be able to find their way in without being noted. However, USC starts to group back towards A. This time, shot out from Nora is going to be good. Might be giving some false information. Meanwhile, Yoshi stunned up. Salvo's coming in, finds the first. Stuns going back and forth. Sloth finds another onto Yellow and a second onto Father Chad. It's going to leave Mateo alone as Nora cleans it up on the C site. That is a flawless round for University of Oregon.
Flawless round with all of the stakes. Easily the most important round of the match so far, and they easily clean it up. Shout out Nora, shout out Sloth there on the Tejo doing work, but also Yoshi making so much space on A Rebel. I mean, here's the thing. USC has to figure out what they can do. They either have to be able to take C against the single Omen, or they have to figure out how to get rid of this A Rebel problem, and I mean, it's going to be tough. They're on a little bit of a save here. They do have a judge, which is fun,
and
I
they
guess.
do seem like they want to speed up into B. This is the common. When you're on Eco, look to hit B, but it seems like University of Oregon aware of this threat here. They do have a second kind of setup here for the A main default. They do commit the pressure. However, Yoshi is deeper along that line, more passive. They're ready for this B pop with the contact. I believe the stun is going to come as soon as Norabora gets any kind of spot out here.
Here we go.
Contact first,
Nora.
good for Nora. Stun comes through Aftershock. Look at this masterclass.
Oh, Zedonga finds one with the Deeg. Sloth is going to throw out some util here. Yoshi, Nora with 3, Nora with 4. Cleans up in B lobby. Pulls out the bear. It doesn't matter. UO 4 up. 4-1.
And that's just, you know, really well handled there. I believe Muka, the IGL for this team, his awareness and knowing that the enemy team on that low buy very likely to look to hit the B bomb site. And so making that adaptation to their default setup, having the 3 players from B, and they just kind of collapsed upon them.
Yeah, and you know, looking at the stat line right now, I mean, I really do like to see, I like what I'm seeing here. I mean, everyone UO, including Muka's getting some action. And USC trying to find an answer here, desperately stacking 4 onto A, maybe trying to make some presence here, but the fast run out from Yoshi, looking to make something happen here in this lobby.
And it's going to leave Scoops. He's alone on this island. 4 out of the 5 players for USC Gold are here. Walking up, the door's going to get open. The wall's up. Molly coming in. It's going to deny some of that space initially. He's going to be spotted and stunned up, though. However, the players aren't able to flood through. He's going to be able to find the pick. Father Chad finally with the trade.
The flank. 3 people come out on the flank. They got the flanker Watcher, but Zedonga does find that first one here. And Nora and Sloth looking to make some space here, but watch out.
Shot good for Nora Board. TP's across the Sloth finds another. Is Muka going to be aware? Father Chad, he's alone with the bomb, but he's heaven.
Timing.
Oh my gosh, he's going to slip in a drop, and Muka has no idea what's happening behind him. He's very likely to go down here. Shot out from Father Chad. Okay, it's going to open up the bomb site. However, he is going to be noted here. The tap onto the spike is going to go up the rope towards heaven. I think he's going to walk away, Jacob.
Shoot. I mean, you got 2 other sites to go to, man. Why not? I mean, looks like he is gonna wrap back around though. It's a very questionable play here.
Bora not able to find the shot. It's going to leave Sloth alone in a 1v1.
Nora was expecting it, but wasn't expecting it
30
so
seconds
soon.
left.
And we're gonna see the breach hightail it. Father Chad hightailing it over to C with the Vi gauntlets. Shout
And
out.
Sloth is going to be where, and I think at this point, now would be a great time. Let's do a listen in to this tense clutch here for the side of University of Oregon.
That's it.
Flash out.
Nice.
Let's fucking
guys.
go.
Great shot out there from Sloth. You can hear the excitement. A 5th round for the side of University of Oregon. And, you know, you could feel that there was a bit of a tense moment there, right?
Oh, yeah.
They were down in it was a 1v3, right? And he isolates, Father Chat isolates 2 duels here, puts Sloth alone in that 1v1. That's a momentum shifting round and denied there by Sloth.
Yeah, I mean, I really, you gotta appreciate Father Chad's effort there. I mean, very masterfully being able to get some of those picks quickly, but Sloth just being the anchor for this team that you never. It's like when it's like not to compare everything to basketball here, but it's like you got the reference sheet. You're like, okay, this guy #1 problem here. This guy, this guy shoots threes, all that stuff. But it's like you don't really prepare for Sloth how you should sometimes.
It's true.
And that is going to be the difference maker as we go into the 7th round here. UO up 5-1.
Rebel control gained. USC is going to be looking to refight into this. You can see they're sitting there in lobby. Here comes the util. It's going to force University of Oregon back off to the space. And finally, USC able to take this A Rebel control safely, efficiently, without giving away any picks. However, University of Oregon seems to be pretty well set in the A bomb site here.
Yeah, Yoshi is not happy to lose that orb. 1 away from that ult. Really going to miss that. But USC is going to take every victory they can as they open the door, trying to make something happen here, but they really just aren't pushing any more into the lobby at all as they send in the 6 siege drone. Vice still on that flank watch. I really do. I feel like this map really does require a lot of exploration. I mean, I feel like there's gonna be a little bit more. They gotta check some areas out. They gotta at least make some space.
Yeah, and I mean, with this long pause here that USC is taking, it doesn't really do anything effectively for them, right? They're trying to draw some rotates away from the A-bomb site. I mean, Sloth goes to reposition stairs, but look, Scoobs has already moved over to the B-bomb site because Nora has so much deep information. See, again, USC, they do an early reclear, but they forget about the other side of the map. They're going to speed up into a B-split here, but look how many players are here. The blind comes through the door.
Ooh, Father Chad does get the first pick, though, on Yoshi. They're going to go for that quick B-exec. Smokes are out, so it's going to be a retake situation.
Big tail coming in. Going to hit a lot of players. Those 2 are going to be left alone at the counter tail. Scoop's able to get out of the way. 1-for-1 trade there.
4-3, though. Advantage of USC. Nora looking to try to make something happen here. All of USC off the bomb site.
Yellow's position very crucial here. He's in heaven with a judge, but spotted out by Nora. Going to be taken down. 3v3 here now. Smoke onto the spike. Defuse going to be started. The shot from Mister is going to be good onto Sloth. Finds a second onto Noraboro, but the stick is coming through.
Scoobs on the stick.
Finds the first.
Finds the second. 2 bullets left. He's gonna.
Oh my gosh, he's going to stick it down.
He's just gonna stick it.
But Zadunga finds the shot with 0.44 seconds left as USC finally cracks it open and finds a second round on the board.
Zadunga with the headshot through the smoke is able to find the pick, and they're able to get their second round in a very, 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 very close fashion. UO, honestly, if I'm UO, I'm not feeling too bad about that round. I'm like, you know what? We tried our hardest. That was a Valorant round. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We tried. We did our thing. They did their thing. We didn't win it.
There were a lot of things going on. There was a tail for each side. There was a breach stun and a aftershock, and I mean, it's a lot going on.
Zoomed out, we're 5-2. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're gonna take A main again. We're just gonna chill. We got our ult with Yoshi. We're chilling here.
And look at USC. I mean, they are sitting in their spawn for the first 10 seconds of every round just because they're unable to contest.
You gotta hit that shot.
That's a beautiful shot out from Yoshi there. I mean, that's a neon shot right there.
That was a great shot from Yoshi as they get that first pick here in the round. That Raze is gonna be down, as they're not going to have that entry, which is rough. Also not going to have that Raze ult either for this round, as UO does have those 3 ults that they could play with. I mean, we might see Nora just hard hold C here and then TP over to A if things get dicey.
I think they're getting ready for a refight. Muka's got his flash held out. He's going to flash and swing, and look, they reclear the space, but the spam going back and forth. Sloth going to be taken down to low HP.
Yeah, Sloth is going to have to back out here. Lots of low HP. Little drone ski comes out. Not going to get a lot of information. Muka is going to be holding it down on site along with Yoshi. That is something that USC should be a little aware of at this point as they try to re-clear into B. Scoob gets a little tagged, but, you know, nothing too bad.
And USC seems to be feigning the B split this time, right? Last time they hard committed to it, they do take that baby door control from the Omen. However, they still seem to be, you know, with 20 seconds left, they haven't decided which bomb site they're going to commit to. Finally, as smokes come down, they are going to B split once more.
Yeah, the B split is going to be coming out here.
Plant with 15 seconds left, gonna come through. University of Oregon content to just play the full retake here.
Yeah, no problem.
Big duel coming out on the A lobby side. The Teo is in here, close behind the wall, not gonna be noted. Gonna find a second onto Muka there as both go down in Baby Door. And suddenly a 5v4 turns into a 3v4 for University of Oregon.
All of their ults here. They really want to try to lock in this round. They need to get every round they can at this point. Sloth, low health, only has the drone ski. Oh wow!
Does find the kills. Nora finds a second. Sloth finds a third. However, the last player not noted yet, despite going to be not smoked by the bomb there. Maybe a bit of a mistake. The missiles are going to come in and deny the stick for a little longer. Scoops notes where the player is. The shot not going to be good. Nora's going to have to stick it down, but Sloth finds the pick. Is there enough time? Oh! Not quite. 0.05 seconds left on the defuse. Oh my goodness, what a close round. Again, these two B-hit rounds have ended so close.
This is crazy. A 0.05 difference from winning and losing that round for USC. They're going to take that one, feeling good about it. They're trying to take every round they can at this point. 5-3, you know, that lead that UO did take in this early game is slowly starting to go away. And they do still have some money here, but if this round does go the wrong way here, things could get a little scary.
This is a big swing round with the economies going to be at risk on both sides here for USC and U of O. So let's do a listen in here and let's hear some comms here as the fight goes the way of University of Oregon to start.
Down C.
No, switch guns with me. In front of me.
Yep, I am.
Switch guns.
Oh.
Tactical
They're
gun
drowning.
switch there. Nora able to spam with the Phantom through the Viper's pit here.
Yeah, this pit's just really holding them back, but USC really wants to
Open
dig
door.
in.
And you see, again, they have that deep A-line
One
control.
close to me
USC
still.
tries to go towards C, but they have no idea how deep this information is. They don't seem to really care even. So these two players are able to stay stacked towards the C site.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
best.
this is tough, but look at this. Look how many people are in a lobby for UO. Just two people chilling out there, the Tejo and the Nihon. Neon, not Nihon. Alright.
USC is going to regroup towards this A here. These two players,
They
Sloth
cut
and
noise,
Yoshi,
I
with a
would've
lot
hit
to do,
nothing.
but they don't know it quite yet. The jiggling coming out is going to spot a player any minute now.
Just try to raise
Missiles
it.
come
If
out.
they raise, I'll just run away. Okay.
I stunned it.
I wasn't.
Zadunga finds the kill there with the
30
missile.
seconds
Sloth is
left.
stuck in. Finds the
Smoke.
first, but gonna go 1 for 1. It's gonna be a
It's fine,
3v3 now.
80
Muka
Omen.
all
Coming
alone
to
on
it.
this
So I'm
A-bomb
gonna send you a
site.
side smoke, okay?
Okay.
20 seconds left.
Think it's
There's
bad.
little
it's
time.
bad.
The breach hold is going to stall them out for a little longer.
Might be up
15
here.
seconds now. They have to find a way to crack open the bomb site. The Razor's going to be
Why
committed.
didn't-
Shot out from the Vice is going to clear out Muka. 10 seconds left. Plant's finally going to come down.
Razor, I don't
Scoob's
know.
trying to deny. Mister is going to find the third onto Scoobs. And Nora left alone in a 1v3.
Nora in the 1v3. Let's listen and see what is going in to her mind here.
And I believe production having a bit of a lag out issue here. We have no idea
Okay,
what has
all
just
good. Let's
happened.
make a breather.
But I believe with
Oh,
those
not the wall
comms you
there,
can
'cause
hear,
it's like
yes,
walls
not
coming
able to go the way
Yeah.
of University of Oregon. Unfortunate round there. You know, it looked so good for U of O side at the beginning. However, I believe it was Yoshi stunned herself and got caught in the tail missiles and went down, and then Sloth was in, a questionable position, a route.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, here's the thing about that A main fight. It's just so 50-50 sometimes, especially when USC is putting so much of their util into trying to win that area. It's just really tough. And unfortunately, UO has been doing a great job so far. They just got a little unlucky that round. But they should be going for this round here with a little bit of a save here.
Yeah, and recognizing that University of Oregon's buy is weak, it's going to be a full C exec here as Mister finds a pick onto Nora, who is walking up from B.
Yeah.
Scoobs with everything to do and not a lot to do it with.
Yeah, that Stinger is going to have to go.
But Sloth does find one there. Stunned out on Scoobs. He's in this awkward tucked position here with the Stinger, but who knows, the Stinger might be the gun to get it done here. He's going to go for a timing swing. He's going to drop the bomb. traded out. 3v3 post plant. They're going to commit the tail to this as Yoshi finds a pick on the flank. Suddenly it's looking winnable.
This is very winnable. 2v3. Bomb is down though.
Shots in main. Promi finds 2. 3 on the round, and Zedunga cleans it up on slot. That's a 5th round out for USC Gold.
Yeah, and USC's looking like a completely different team now. Granted, was a save round for UO, but I mean USC's playing a lot more cohesive. They're playing with each other. I mean, we're seeing this with the multi-kills. And UO, that advantage is gone. I mean, they do have guns this round. This is going to be very important, but I mean, USC does have a little bit of cash, a little bit of squeeze, a little bit of money.
And it feels like a lot of these rounds, University of Oregon is making the correct decision at the beginning, right? They're finding the first pick, they're finding the early space, but then it's falling apart sometime in the mid-round. So it's really going to be up to them to make the adjustment, make the adaptation. Like, look again, they take the A-Rebel control clean. This time they walk up close, maybe anticipating USC is going to refight the space here.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. I wonder if they are going to be able to sniff out where Yoshi is.
But
But
stun out from slots is going to allow Yoshi to find one with the aftershock as well, denying the space.
and that
Another
first
clean
pick,
fight.
oh my gosh, this A main control is fantastic.
He
Yoshi
swings
finds
out
another.
again, going the way of USC, and suddenly it's a 2v3 once again.
Yeah, but look at this. I mean, USC is able to clean up here in A
Toxin
lobby,
screen
and
down.
now it's just the advantage USC, and they can do so much here. It looks like
Go
they
ahead. Stand your ground.
are going to lock it in on the A site with this Tejo ult. It's a very interesting choice here as we got Scoobs and Nora in this
He's
clutch
going to take a
situation.
timing fight onto Mister, but Mister finds the shot, and again, Nora left alone in this 1v3 with an all to do and the bomb planted.
Not going for the save. Opting to try to maybe get something going this round here. They should know if they went through the door. Okay.
Definitely going to be noted now after that.
Yeah. This is super tough, but 2 smokes and a TP. Not impossible. That
USC
one
very
way.
disciplined here as the tail repositions to main. The blind going to come off of that. The double swing out, going to clean up the round, and that's another for USC. 6 on the half now.
Yeah, I mean, they've won, what, like 5 in a
Last
row
round
at
in
this
the
point?
half.
I believe, yeah. They are at...
That is 5 in a row
That is
there for
5 in a
USC
row.
Gold.
Sorry, a little dyslexic, but yeah, 5 in a row for USC, and they're definitely looking to try to take this 5-7 half here. I mean, UO, it's tough because I mean you gotta feel rough about this skid, but you also gotta understand that you guys also got 5 on them.
That's true.
Like you guys are still definitely hanging in with them, and with this Omen ult here, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe some magic can happen here for UO.
And they're going to walk up close again. I think this time they're looking to fight into the lobby space. The blind comes out. Stun as well. Going to find one and the second, but the trades are good. Look, they're overstepping too far. The Vice Wall is isolated, and Muka can't help at all. They go 2 for 2.
There
Great
we go,
shot
though.
out.
Muka
Spike down
finds a
A.
little pick ski, gets the headshot on the Omen.
And finally, for the first time in what feels like forever, University of Oregon comes out of a brawl with the numbers advantage instead of the other way around.
They got the numbers advantage. They got the util advantage. They got a lot of advantages right now as USC makes it known that they are on the A area as Scoops is on the site.
And the Vice Ult's
There's
going to
the
come
Vice
in,
Ult.
so it's going to force Scoops out. He's going to be content to play the retake as Noro teleports. No, cancels the teleport.
Interesting.
But with the Molly and the plant going down, going to be
Oh!
super late on this retake.
That was quite a bit of damage though on that molly. Let's not forget about that. But Mister doesn't care. Finds the Scoopster as Zedunga looking to get their back.
And
Muka.
again, Nora was just so far away, so now this 2v2 is going to take a long time. Missiles are going to come out, stall a little bit longer. Aftershock on the jiggle, going to force Zedunga back. They do note the position of the Vice backside. It looks like they're going to flood and fight together as the blind goes
Okay.
One
Going for the
enemy
blood.
remaining.
1v1 here now. The gun barrel spotted, but the shot out from Zedunga, excuse me, puts a 7th on the round for USC. And man, you know, despite the
Switching
fact
sides.
Lotus it's an attack-sided map, right? 5 is generally pretty okay if you're a defender coming into attack, but it doesn't feel that way.
No, it's tough. I mean, you lost 6 in a row here going into this next half. I mean, you really have to think like, okay, what can we do to just get this momentum back? And it's all resting on this round right here. As we look to the cams of the team, seeing what the vibes are looking like here.
It's pretty quiet. You could tell. You could tell that the energy that they had at the beginning of this game, at the beginning of the rounds, it's not there anymore. They feel a
Yeah.
little deflated. They really, I would say they really need this pistol right now.
Yeah, this is a big round for UO, and USC knows it too. I mean, USC is perfectly content with just playing ball here. As UO's got the wall up, and the Teo there as well, using a little bit of util there at first to maybe project a little bit of a scare as, wow, C is completely unguarded.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the bread and butter for University of Oregon. To fake A and then go C. They're going to jump out and jiggle out the Vice Wall. It is going to note the position of one as the rotates do begin to come in. It seems like University of Oregon's just going to speed up into the site anyway, and it's a free bomb site.
Yeah, they're just gonna. USC's content with just letting them take this as no one was there to even really contest it. I mean, they fully rotated off the site, and UO perfectly took that space when they needed to.
Norabora has the blind out. This is going to be a big fight into CD as the blind's going to be good. Flash back out from the side of USC. It's going to force them back. The stun comes through as well. Players stunned up again. This is brutal for Yoshi and Nora as the players are flooding back out of CT. They're going to pivot into water, and here comes the fight onto Mr. Shot's going to be good, but all the players flooding out of CT now.
Sloth, Yoshi, find one apiece. Yellow takes out Yoshi, though.
All these players are so low for University of Oregon side, though, as Father Chad walks up close. He's going to spot Mook out. Stick can't quite come in back yet.
Wow.
And Yellow cleans it up, finds 2 and a 3rd on a round. That's going to be the pistol going the way of USC, and that is an absolute backbreaker if you're University of Oregon.
Yellow, I mean, we really haven't been talking too much about Yellow, but Yellow with the big 3K there on pistol round, the only duelist on the team, making big impacts on that retake. That's what you want to see. And UO, super, super close to winning that round. They had so many advantages, but not able to take it. Going into this save round, they desperately are just trying to find a little bit of hope, keep them going.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it before in the pre-show. Muka is supposed to be one of those star players for University of Oregon, having a very slow game so far, just 2 and 11, not able to find the impact that he normally does. He has those 9 assists, which he's known to have those on Breach. However, it usually comes along with a lot of firepower as well. That just hasn't been there this game.
Yeah, Muka, it's tough. I mean, I almost wonder if playing this map early was just a little bit, like, you know, sometimes it takes a map to warm up, and maybe you don't want your best map to be that first map that you play. It's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens here as this half develops. But Father Chad with the big judge holding it down on B site, making it impossible for UO to contest as they look to potentially.
Wall's going to be spotted out here.
Yeah, there you go, a little wall action. Vice is going to be locking down Steve probably for the entire half here, so we will see this character on this side of the screen quite a bit contesting the UO guys. But our homie does take out Scoobs on A main and is looking for another one with that Ares. I honestly haven't seen an Ares in a long time. But
So Dunga, meanwhile, found a shot on the lurk from B. Gonna be looking for another one. Muka desperate to try and trade, knows the player is lit up, but he's 1 HP himself. The second one gonna be there. They're just gonna be content on USC's side to fall away into Baby Door. It's gonna be very difficult for Muka to find any kind of trade. Bomb gonna be dropped, and Arp Homie does clean it up on Sloth, so a flawless anti-eco round for the side of USC. Very clean stuff.
Yeah, USC really coming out and dominating. They haven't dropped a round since 5-1, I believe.
It's true.
Which is kind of crazy. To be honest with you, they have a lot of advantages going into this next round here. But UO, full guns, full rifles. This is the round to come back here. Muka, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at everyone to make big plays here. I mean, this is the round where you really just got to lean on this wall, I think. Lean on this Viper wall. It's such a good utility piece.
Fast rubble control. Yoshi and Nora able to get across safely, but look at the side of USC, excuse me. They're triple walking up here. These 3 players are going to be contacting up, and Scoops has no idea. Is he going to find the timing? This shot, not going to be able to find any. It's going to cause a reaction out from U of O. They understand that the A-bomb site is weak now, and they have nowhere to go, so they're going to speed up into the A-bomb site. It's going to be a 4v5 post-plant situation coming in now.
Yeah, USC doesn't hate this. This is almost exactly what they planned. I mean, they're going into a 4v5 retake. They know they have the advantage. They don't have a lot of health on that raise, so potentially, yep, we're going to see that util just spammed out here before they can really do anything with it.
Good blind out from Norabora is going to stall the push a little longer, but 2 players out from USC are going to start walking out of the main smoke very soon here. It's going to be a bit of a heaven crunch. Yoshi finds the first onto Yellow.
Wow,
Muka with two! Mister does find the shot onto Sloth and Pit. Oh, the Teo snuck out A main. I don't believe UFO knows about it in the shot.
Zadunga.
Back and forth, 1v2 now, and Nora cleans it up, and finally U of O breaks the streak, breaks the skid, and gets themselves back onto the board.
Let's tap into the comms and let's see how they're doing here.
I think that we can do that again, but I feel like try to get out some of this Vice util at some
Yeah, I
point.
agree. I agree.
All business. All
They should play it
business.
differently now because it's gonna be good. They should try to like fight you for the control. I think.
And
Maybe
this
get
is a
Yeah.
very
I'm
important
gonna
round to
TP root
swing for
instead
the
of
economy
Rebel
for
because
both sides again.
they've been missling.
Wow, I can't believe it's actually a sling
Playing
round for
in
USC. I thought they had another
Okay.
stack of
Bird.
bread after this, but
Big brawl coming in.
Raise
A
Riz up.
Raise out Rebel.
One more door.
Dora and Yoshi getting a
Nice,
pair
nice.
each.
finds another
Oh!
poke.
The breach should be
Breach is
there.
there. Breach is
Flashed,
there.
flashed.
Yep. I think he's unbreakable now.
Big
Keep it one up.
plays
Yeah,
from
the thingy.
one of the stars on this team.
I'm smoking. I'm smoking
Yeah.
that. I'm smoking that. Let's
They're all
just go through
stars,
door,
so
okay?
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Vice is C.
However,
getting
the Vice
spammed.
has
Forget
made their
that.
way
Staying
to
out.
A. University of
Okay,
Oregon might
I'm
not be
taking
aware of
heaven.
this walkout
Low-key.
here.
Oh, and
Vice close.
Mr. is gonna drop that one.
Letting go.
Mr. has been having Loki kind of a lifetime.
You're gonna wrap
I'm
that
gonna be
one.
honest with you.
Absolutely.
They're
I
playing
can't really have one
phenomenally.
way.
They're-
They're one stairs.
But
Yeah.
Nora is in this advantage heaven
Solid.
position.
I'm putting wall up.
Gonna have to
Yeah.
watch their back though, but
Right.
they
their
oh
chat
that
is stuck
walkout.
in. But the shot from Mukon to missed her.
Yeah,
It's going to
I
make it pretty difficult, even though he hasn't been noted quite yet. It's going to be noted in a
Oh, he's
second here.
outside. I can't.
Tap onto the spike, and Nora Bora
Nice.
cleans it up with the
That's my
third.
bad.
No, it's fine. The wall was
No worries.
covering it.
All right.
Very clean round out from University of Oregon. It's going to reset the economy for the side of USC, and I mean, that's pretty big there. We talked about getting the momentum going, right, and breaking that slide. Now they're stringing a couple rounds together. USC is going to be put on this eco, you know, and if University of Oregon is able to keep it clean here, suddenly this game's a lot tighter than it's been feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you thought, oh, we're on a little bit of a tech pause here as one of the players does not have ping. Oh, they might be back though. But yeah, I mean, let's just talk about that round. I mean, we saw exactly how UO wanted to approach that. They just wanted to go all business. They were just like, we know we have a great A situation. We know we're fantastic in this area. Let's just continue to take this, continue to work with us. Like, we've got a great team. We know how to work together. Let's just rely on each other, and it worked very well. I mean, they were able to take 2 rounds in a row here. 7-9 with the weapon advantage. USC on a save here as they look to pressure C.
Yeah, and University of Oregon, I know they practice their anti-eco strats a lot, right? They have set plays. They know what they're going to do when they come into this eco round. So you can see they're holding very passively deep into the spawn because they're aware that USC, with these low bio guns, are going to be looking for fights early, right? They took that very heavy A main control, but have fully evacuated the space since. So University of Oregon probably going to group together into a site hit eventually, but very passive to begin.
I find it interesting to see what the defense sort of likes to default to do, but I noticed that USC is throwing their Omen and their Rays on like B constantly. They're really ready in case potentially a plan backfires and UO does go B. We should expect to see USC pop off and have a crazy round here.
And you can see here as University of Oregon begins to re-explore the A side of the map, they understand that right now A side is free. There's 2 players grouped up towards stairs. It is a bit of a scary position. They did get timinged out there before, but I believe probably going to speed up into the site here. But look how many players have rotated
Wow,
over
the
from USC.
door plays. Everyone going through the door for UO here as they get onto the site. The drop player does fall, which is going to be massive for
The
UO.
blind comes out, and look at how close the Raze is. Going to get blinded up by Nora. That's a great blind out there. Muka finds a shot onto Arpomi.
Scoobs and Muka both playing fantastic. Zadunga finds one, but Sloth picks up the other 2. And that's going to be a 3rd round for the Ducks.
Very clean anti-eco round there. That's really important to keep as many guns as possible to continue to build that economy for the rest of the half here. We're going to be coming into, again, another very important buy round. University of Oregon has the Breach and the Tail, and University of Southern California, they have the Breach and the Razor. There's going to be a lot of chaos going on in this upcoming round.
Yeah, this round's going to have a lot of things that I don't remember the exact name of on the screen, so just pre-warning ahead of time. Maybe not this round, but one of the next 2 rounds for sure. But yeah, UO, USC, both with 3 very impactful, well, 2 impactful ults here. You know, you don't have to talk about the Omen ult. As we send our little Rainbow Six drone out.
Gets a bit of a C-trap out as Yellow does sneak out, but here it's going to trigger the trap. The shot's going to be good onto Sloth. Yoshi slides up, not able to find the pick as a second comes out for Yellow. Fully stops University of Oregon in their tracks. Muka trying to find some kind of a trade. Nothing going their way.
Arpomi and Yellow holding down C. 3 people on C is going to do it.
Scoops does find the shot onto
That's
Mr. However, Nora Bora going to be spotted out and left alone. Able to find just one, but Arpomi gets the trade, and Scoobs on the other side of the map in this 1v3. Difficult round for him.
Yeah, Scoops has to make a lot happen here with not a lot of time and not a lot of util as USC starts to crowd over to the bomb. Notice the breach in that B canal, looking to maybe peek out at the right time
Here
here.
comes the timing. Oh, Scoops has walked a little past the jiggle of Father Chad. I don't
Wow.
know that he knows about it quite yet. He's going to take the wider
Okay,
peek
there
there.
it
He's
is.
going to be noted out. The stun's going to come up here. I believe we might be looking at a swing through off the stun. No, not quite.
Just gonna hold it, wait for Scoobs to push through, have that double hold. But I mean, they're backing out a little bit.
I think a bit of a disconnect once again. Seems to happen when we're in these 1v3 situations here, huh?
I didn't realize we were.
But I do believe the players did react there. I think Scoobs did eventually go down here as the observer POV is going to attempt to load back in. Yes, that is correct.
We're in, and we lost. But that's okay. That's okay. 8-10 going into the 19th round here. Both teams have guns and are going to use them.
5 ults out for the side of University of Oregon. I believe, recognizing they maybe got a little bit unfortunate with the timing on their C-pop that they were going for, right? USC going for the trap play on that same round. So they're just going to run it back. They understanding we have big ults, we're just going to go run you over.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just a little unlucky that the C-trap was that round, but I think we're going to see a lot of ults this round. Exactly pretty much what you said. I just said it, but again. Anyways.
It's worth repeating.
It's worth repeating because it's important. It's important. It's important.
Go ahead.
Here comes
Mr. is going to have a lot of pressure here.
Stun coming in. Counter tail coming out. Look at this. Yoshi's stuck in a crossfire. Nowhere to go. There's 2 crossing ults. It's going to leave her alone to die. And look, all the players for USC are all over the C bomb site now. This site is not free for the taking, so University of Oregon going to try and pivot away. Going to look to go B. This breach ult's going to come out towards Hobbit. It's going to allow Scoops, who's lurked up A, to probably find the backstab, but Zedunga finds the shot and a second on a slot.
Wow, Zedunga holding down B with ferocity and animosity.
And I think Nora is going to be noted on her lurk here. Yep, going to get spotted out by Yellow. It's going to be an important duel here for this round.
Yeah, Nora.
And Scoops is noted on his lurk as well. 4th for Zedunga. And Nora left alone in a 1v4 again, feeling difficult as Zedunga finds the ace. Massive round for Zedunga. That's a real heartbreaker for University of Oregon.
Yeah, UO really needed that round. I mean, 8-10, 8-11 now. That would have been a huge swing round. 3 rounds down now. UO really needs to make something happen here. They do have rifles. They're going to have that Yoshi ult. That neon ult.
Yoshi ult, neon ult.
Same thing. But the rifles out for USC is going to be dangerous, and they do have 4 in this A area, and it seems to be a little bit of a prediction.
And I think Yoshi's just going to be ripping her ult and trying to take a fast fight, but going to be stunned up, going to be missiled as well. Yellow finds a pick onto Nora Bora. The blind's going to come out with the aftershock. Yoshi forced into the swing is going to go down as well as USC comfortably wins that A control.
I just don't know what you can do there if you're Yoshi. Just so much pressure with so many things on the ground. It's like, I mean, it's like playing like a platformer. Like, it's just like you can't touch the ground. But Muka does try to avenge Scoobs. Not going to happen.
Shots going awry for Sloth as well at A, and Muka alone with the bomb. He's going to open up the door and maybe feign the C and regroup with his teammate here A, but Sloth has a lot of work to do to break open this A rubble spot.
I mean, the pump fake's not doing terrible, but it's not going to convince Yellow as Yellow takes down Sloth. Muka, honestly, it's a tough save situation here. Gets one, not going to find the other, and it's going to be going into game point here for
4
USC.
opportunities to close it out here on the defensive side with a lot of ultimates and not a very great buy coming in for the side of University of Oregon. Guardians, a couple Vandals, and a Bulldog is not ideal here when you're up against match point.
Go.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. I mean, this is also UO's map pick. Let's not forget this. This is what we think is their most comfortable map, and I mean, they really did want to win this one. Obviously, they wanted to win this one. But, like, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough situation. They can definitely make this comeback. I've seen them do it time and time again, but they got to play flawless from here on out.
And I think some of these rounds maybe honestly overcomplicating a bit, right? They have very complex A control, C control, you know, protocols for what to do against the Vice as you see this lurk smoke come in. But really, USC is playing pretty standard. They're not doing anything fancy. They're playing good fundamental Valorant here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, oh wow, and our homie with a little bit of a lurk that goes well, it gets 2.
Yeah, and University of Oregon really just crumbling now. 2v5 here for Nora Bora and Yoshi is low HP up. One shot out for Nora Bora, looking for the second, can't find it as ARP homie gets 3 on the round, and that's going to be map number 1 going the way of USC Gold.
Yeah, I mean, at certain points that game looked so one-sided for both teams.
It's true.
Both teams. I mean, UO came into that map with so much momentum, so much confidence, and they were killing it to begin with. But USC, they held their own, and to their credit, they regrouped and they responded as well as you can, and they're able to take the first map of the semifinals match, 13-8. Wow, let's talk about it. First off, Zadunga with the triple-double, 21 kills and
Looking like
11
Westbrook.
assists, looking like Westbrook, looking like Jokic.
Just
I
a
don't
bit,
know,
just a
little
bit.
It's kind of it's a rust. It's a
Seven
rust.
first bloods out for Nora Bora. I mean, we talked
Wow.
about, and 4 for Yoshi. That's 11. So many first bloods went the way of University of Oregon, and they just crumbled in these mid rounds where suddenly USC was finding 2, maybe 3 picks without a trade. That's just brutal to have happen, right?
Yeah.
80% of the time, you should close out the round where you find the first blood.
Yeah, no, I mean I totally agree, and I feel like that is just really an indicator of exactly what you said, like what went wrong in this game. They started the round out start, they started the game out start, or they started the game out hot. They everything was hot, but they just they were not able to cool it down. They were not able to respond to the fire that USC brought back. Going to the next map. Wait, what was the next map? Do you
I
remember?
believe the next map is going to be, one second, it's going to be Haven, and that's USC
Haven.
map pick. University of Oregon's found success on that map before.
Okay.
They're going to need to recoup. I know they're probably feeling maybe a little frustrated, right, because they felt like they were in control of that map. So hopefully they'll come back. We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll be jumping into Haven and map 2 with University of Oregon backs up against the wall.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, we'll see you guys then. 5 little minutes. And welcome back to game number 2 in this semifinals matchup. UO versus USC Gold. UO Yellow versus USC Gold, I should say. Going into Haven, USC Gold's match pick. Should be pretty exciting. What do you think about that first game? Give me some thoughts. Spitball. Give me a dartboard. Just throw everything on the.
I mean, if you're just joining, it was a tale of two halves, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
beginning of that match completely in University of Oregon's favor, at one point jumping out to a 5-1 lead, and then from that point it really just kind of fell apart. Honestly, USC Gold kind of figured out the formula, and what the formula was let them take A rebel control and then go back and re-clear it, and
Yeah.
it just worked. And
Yeah.
really, I think University of Oregon just kind of got in their own head and fell apart from there. So that's really what we were looking at there for Lotus. So I'm hoping that they can bring maybe some more energy and some more momentum and some more wherewithal in some of these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually going to be seeing the thing we talked about a little bit earlier. Real heads are tapped in. We talked about the ISO Yoru, and we're seeing Nora and Muka both locking in on it. That's actually sick. Two of the players that have been playing fantastic this year, that have been really stand out, playing these two very iconic, very distinct duelist players on this very old but map that's been changed. The meta has changed constantly on this map.
It's
like
true.
I remember playing this map back in beta when Cypher was the best thing on this map.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
it's crazy just to it's so sick to just see him back, but also be like, dang, wow, this is just this game has gone through so many changes since this came out, and it's like, dang, that's sick that we get to see metas like this. But on USC side, we got a little comp, we got a little Jet, little Killjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it's more traditional, right? You see the
Sova.
Sova breach. This is pretty much what you would see before Teo came out. Before Fnatic started winning big events with the ISO Yoru, what you were looking at is you were looking at a Jet with the breach, with the Sova, and then a Sentinel of your choice. But I do want to call attention to Muka hovering that Yoru there. Traditionally, Scoobs plays the Yoru on this map and Muka on the Sova. So maybe after a rough map, Muka wanted some confidence. He pounded his chest. He said, I'm that guy. Put me on the Yoru. Get me back in that server and let me go shoot my gun.
Let me clone in. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. Maybe they switch PCs. I don't know. But going into this next match, UO is going to be starting on the attack side here, which I like I said, I do feel like that's great for momentum. They just have a lot of opportunity to just, play calm, play together, just play as a team.
And I do want to take a look at the player cams. We talked about the mood and the vibes, right, for the side of University of Oregon.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they would be a little shell-shocked, really, after that. But they seem to be pretty excited.
Double P son.
Pretty hyped, pretty happy. And, I mean, that's good. That's what you want to see for University of Oregon here as they jump into this all-or-nothing map, too.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, really, shout out this team. I mean, they've gone through this entire term together, pretty much the same unit the entire time. And they've just played so well. They've been playing upwards and out of what they were expected, and they've just been having fun doing it, and it's just so awesome to see. So shout out everyone on this roster. One of the most legendary rosters, definitely, for UO Yellow.
And it looks like they're going to be
Speaking
going
of
for a
yellow.
little bit of fake A presence here. Look, Muka all the way up A alone. Meanwhile, the side of USC triggering a bit of a trap here as the trades do go the way of University of Oregon. 2 for 1 there is going to break open the round. And look how far up the Cypher has lurked all the way up to C. Father Chad here alone, the breach alone with a lot of it to do. Is Sloth going to be jumping around, but is he going to be noted? Shots, right click, not going to be good.
Not
Sloth
gonna do it.
opens up the bomb site.
Zadunga gets that first one. Zadunga's having a great series so far, mind
true.
you. So, not surprised to see them get one, but Mr. in a 1v3, granted, got a shout out Sloth a little low here, but Mr. doesn't really have any utility to work with. They're going to have a lot to do. And, well, I
Slice
do
the
get
first,
one.
and that's going to be it. And it's another pistol round win for the side of University of Oregon. That's 2 now, compared to USC's only 1. And, that was great great reactions. We talked about how the first bloods went their way a lot on that first map, and then it fell apart.
Yeah.
That time around, they find the first pick, and then they go for it and get a second, and then a third, and spiral the round out from there. The trades go their way.
Exactly. They were able to use the snowball momentum of getting that first blood in a way that we didn't really see in that second half of that first game. But yeah, going into this next round here, we're seeing yellow on that shorty, but UO not really buying. Well, they actually are buying a little bit. Going for big guns here, along with some pistols. That Vandal,
Too easy.
big
Quick
dog,
pick.
Muka.
Sending Zadunga to the Shadow Realm.
Zadunga, big impact player for USC, goes down super early into this round. Sloth trying to get some things going out.
This triple stack is scary. Is he going to clear it out? The shorty's going to find the kill, but it is only a ghost recuperated for University of Southern California. Blind coming through, but with these smokes, all of these players are here. It's going to be a complete brawl. The shots going wide as Mr. finds 2 and Yellowfix finds a 3rd.
Yeah, and look at this. USC finds every single pick in that interaction, and they're up 4-1 here. Scoobs all is left with the Sheriff and a Dream. Finds the first, but not able to find anything else. Arp Homie with the dig in return. And wow, UO is not expecting that quick sort of take back from USC, and they're able to just hit those big flashes with that breach, and that's the advantage of having that breach. You know, we were talking about last round with USC playing very old school Valorant, playing together, you know, playing basic, you know, bread and butter. We're seeing that kind of again this time, and it's working to great effect.
Yeah, and I mean, I mentioned how University of Oregon was very disciplined on their anti-eco last map. However, not very disciplined that round. Sloth went very quick short there, maybe a little too fast and gets shortied out. Meanwhile, all of these players flooded into A. They just sped up into it anyway. They felt like they had the guns and could just win the fight, but it doesn't go their way, and they're forced down onto this eco buy now.
He just wasn't expecting help shower or sewers.
Yeah, help sewers, right?
Yeah.
Shout out VCT fans. Real ones know.
Shout out Steel fans. But yeah, anyways, Father Chad here, chilling on the B site, known to be kind of a rock for this team. Been able to lock down sites to great extent while not necessarily playing a character that are known to do that, but this breach is very impactful. Finds that first one.
Traded out by Muka, though, effectively here at University of Oregon, perhaps looking to speed up into B, but no, the smoke's going to deter them away. The rotates are coming away from USC, though. They're leaving the A-bomb site open, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, Muka is more than content with taking that Deeg win. And USC is kind of scrambling a little bit. They're not necessarily sure, okay, where is UO, where the Ducks going to fly to next. But that dart should not confirm squat.
And I think with that lack of information, yes, the Jet and the Silver are going to begin to walk away from A. Just a deep passive line. I believe it's Yellow who has an outlaw there. The smoke is finally going to come in with a Phantom.
Yeah,
might take a timing swing here. Shut down by Nora Bora. That's a great shot out there. Gun gonna be collected by Muka. He's gonna be close with this Phantom. Spray back and forth through the smoke. He's gonna find a second there on the Zadunga. And suddenly another 4v2 situation for Oregon. Off of this eco, it seems like both teams very comfortable here on those eco buys.
You gotta be confident, and UO had so much confidence going into this round. But Mr. finds Muka, tries to even things up a little bit. They do still have these rifles, which is definitely no small task to deal with for UO as they're waiting, playing around these smokes.
Jumping into the smoke, he's going to find a shot on the scoops. We're in a 2v2 now. Is Yoshi looking for the right click, can't find it. And again, Nora Bora left it with it all to do. Wrapping behind the site. Isn't going to be noted quite yet. Finds the shot. Tap not confirmed as Nora Bora finds a 3rd.
Nora with the crazy clutch here is able to kill the 2 players on the bomb. And wow, exactly when UO needed it, they were able to get that huge swing round. That was crazy. I mean, they able to get those first couple picks with the Deagle, just, you know, able to sort of open up the round just a little bit for them to make some impact to get that bomb onto the site. And then what a great hold from the team there.
I wish we had replay features here at University of Oregon, because I'd love to see that shot from Nora Bora onto Yellow there, just completely shutting them down, opening up that round there for U of O.
Replay features is a crazy ass, considering all the stuff we already got. But you know what? I'm with it.
Wow. Sloth finds the shot into Yellow. A bit of a speed up out from the side of USC again on their low buy of their own. Gonna go 1-for-1 though. However, the gun not gonna be picked up for the side of USC. It's gonna leave them with these low
They're
weapons.
Gonna want to fight for it though. They definitely don't want that to go to waste. They re-aggress out here. But UO is more than happy with taking the C space as there's no one actually on the site.
But look how much control USC has gotten. They have them completely contained to the C side here. There's not a whole lot else that U of O would be able to do, so they're going to speed up into the C hit. But all of the players of USC, save for the Omen, are going to be ready to fast flood on the retake. Will U of O be prepared?
Yeah,
as Mr. comes out, going to be shut down by Nora Bora. The backstab from Zadunga, just going to pop the shield as Yoshi finds a kill. Plant tap coming in again. Spam going back and forth, and all of a sudden it's Arp Homie alone with the flank, gonna drop the spike, and now it's a 2v1. A good shot on the Muka.
Arp Homie
finds the 3rd onto Yoshi. An unbelievable 1v3 for Arp Homie. That was some clean shots. And we go back and forth again.
Ooh, listen, a clutch from UO gets answered with a clutch from USC. The Trojans aren't scared of these Ducks. Going into this 5th round here, both teams, I mean, UO on kind of a rough bye here. Going to have to get a Deagle and a Bucky. But wow, that was a crazy clutch.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable shots out from Arpomi is going to set University of Southern California up very well here. They're going to have this op here for Yellow on the A side of the map. Sloth just going to put that tripwire there, so they're going to slam C side again, feeling like they have control of this site pretty quickly. The dimensional drift is going to clear everything out as University of Oregon quickly takes control. Again,
here we go, the
1v1. Nora finds a shot onto Arpomi. And suddenly all of the picks go the way of UO, and here we go, a 5v2 here with that op on the retake. This is going to be very difficult for the side of USC.
The Bucky kill was the most confusing. You know, I think that was just a little bit out of the ult situation, but I felt like it was quite a couple seconds after the ult ended, so I do want to know what happened there. But Zedunga and, who is it, Yellow, I believe, is the duelist? Yeah, Yellow.
Yeah, Yellow's just going to be looking to save that op into the next round, having fully committed a lot of money to that, but is going to be noted now as Zedunga finds another one, and suddenly it's a 1v2. Yoshi finds a shot, but okay, there's not going to be enough time for defuse. No disaster coming through yet, but that was a lot of guns dropped, and University of Oregon did not have a lot of money. They were on a very weak force buy.
Yeah, that was tough.
They're going to have to rebuy 4 guns. It's going to be pretty weak buys, I believe, for both sides here as University of Oregon does collect their 3rd round.
Yeah, I mean, that's a round that you feel good about on paper. You're like, yes, we took the lead advantage, you know, we won. That's massive. That's so great. But they do have to deal with the fact that USC's fine on weapons. I mean, they're going to have a couple Deagles here, as it looks like, but they're going to be able to buy next round, and that op is still something that we are going to have to be scared of. But we're seeing 5 Vandals come out for UO. They're not messing around here. We're seeing heavy pressure towards the garage area.
Yeah, and let's do a listen in here to this important round here. It's going to be both teams on these interesting buys with 2 rifles on one side and 4 on the other.
We should try to replay, honestly.
All right, the replay call.
Well, we can leave. Let's leave Tyler in there, okay? Let's go replay. You have drone?
Little
What
insert.
do you have?
Cutting
Liz,
through.
you have drone?
Yeah. Said yeah.
Okay.
They're joining
No,
quickly.
let's push her together, ready?
This drone really important here on this replay, right? Yellow is posted on the line with the
You're
op.
good. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, that op is going to
Opping,
be a really
opping.
big
Yep.
op.
They're
Ball.
off the line right.
I can smoke it off.
I'm looking
Go
gonna.
to the wall, come back. Go to the wall
Yeah.
and come back.
Father Chad holding it down.
Sloth
Nice,
finds one.
nice. Let's just
They're
group and
leaving
hit
C.
C, okay?
Okay,
Yeah. Group 4 C long. Aiden, come here.
I'm trying to get out.
Nora
There's
really
an
taking
there.
charge here in these mid rounds, and I wonder if that's a new adjustment,
They're
or
rushing
maybe
back
because
now.
Muka's playing
I don't
duelist
see
now.
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely
There
possible.
Should be like
Possible.
close garage.
Lucas
There's
super
a
inserted
there's
here.
a nade here.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
reset CT.
They are coming out
I
on
have
the C
vulnerable.
now.
I'm just gonna play in this spot, and I'm just gonna vulnerable when they come out,
We
okay?
can get off.
I'm fucked.
They say
I'm playing long.
I'm holding puck shot.
Muka in this
Oh, here we go.
deep
Never
spot
mind. I apologize.
finally gets the one on the Mister. Long wait.
It wasn't even the
Worthwhile.
person that was there. And Father Chad also
CT.
falls to Muka.
I'm gonna vulnerable in a
Oh
second, okay?
man, that's unlucky for
Rumbling now.
USC as Yellow
I
has
can't
a
use
lot
that.
to do again in this round with the operator. You can't get that advantage early with that op. It's so tough to do these retakes.
And really a great clean round out from University of Oregon. Yellow forced to save once more, and again with this outlaw and an op that they're going to be carrying into the next round. And you know, Yellow, how many times can you save the op before you lose the impact out of it?
I don't know. That's a good question. People smarter than me might know the answer.
You know, and for the CS heads back home, we call this Jame time. As he is
Bang.
going to find the shot onto Muka and drop a weapon there. However, University of Oregon now does have the economy to be able to rebuy that gun comfortably. And that's 4 now for University of Oregon.
Yeah, let's take a look and see how they're feeling in the lounge right now. All business.
Business as usual. Very locked in.
Love it.
I think understanding maybe the gravity of the situation beginning to set in as we get further into this first half of a very important map 2, a do or die map 2 for University of Oregon.
And I think we both knew this, and I think everyone is aware this is going to be a back and forth series. Anyone can win every single one of these matches, and you know, no holds barrels here. As we see Arpomi,
He's going to have to reload that outlaw. He's all alone on an island. Maybe a stun going to be able to come in and help him. But meanwhile, Yellow finds the op shot onto Sloth on the
There's the
lurk.
value.
Finally finding some value with that op. And there are a lot of ults for this retake for USC, so they're more than happy to play 5v4 into this. Dart coming in, going to be broken out. No scans coming through. Sobol gonna come through from that.
A little late though.
Nothing yet, just a tag onto Yoshi, not able to find a second. The
There's
counter
the
Sobol
Sobol.
coming through.
Wow, Subs
Fight
gets one
into
with
CT,
it.
look at this brawl coming through. Norabora finds one as well, and suddenly it's a 3v3.
And they have the health advantage as well. The only ult they really can use. Oh, Yoshi finds the Killjoy. That means there's no Killjoy ult for this retake. And USC now way, way, way over their heads here.
Players flooding out slowly. Nora not able to find the shot on the first. Peeks towards Zedunga. It's going to go the way of Zedunga as we're in a 2v2 now. Tap onto the spike. Dart coming in, clears it. Yoshi's shots are going to go wide. The stick is coming in. Shock Dart's coming in again. Low time. Has to stick on the next. It's going to drop the diffuser. There's not going to be enough time. As Scoobs is going to clutch out the round for a 5th on the board. What a chaotic round there.
That round was back and forth. There were so many times where UO just seemed like they could totally win that. Then USC was like, no, we're going to win that because we have so many ults. But then the ults, it's just crazy. It was a crazy situation. UO comes out alive. USC does drop both Sova ults were used that round.
It's true.
Both the great equalizer. Both Sova ults are going to be out of contention for a little bit now. I mean, mind you, Zedunga does have 3 ult orbs already.
It's true, it's true. But I do think University of Southern California, they're going to scrape together a buy here with the Jet Knives. They're going to try and make something happen here. Maybe a bit of a fast A play. Sloth going to be stunned up.
like it.
But with U of O not
That's
taking
the
the A
good
control
cage,
that they've been
though.
working on, they're going to keep pushing through. They're going to dash through. Sloth hasn't been noted yet. Muka finds the trade. Sloth is close. He hasn't been noted by Father Chad, who flashes
Oh
swings.
my gosh. Sloth.
No kills going either way.
What is happening?
What is
the
going
cage,
on?
The cage.
The refight coming in, it's going to force both players from USC back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, goes UO way there. I mean, obviously USC is on that force, or sorry, on that save, so they aren't really losing a gun in that situation. But UO more than happy with taking some space on other areas of the map. That Molly is going to slow them down quite a bit as the double garage setup from USC is going to be interesting. I wonder if they're going to try to take
Yeah,
space.
Killjoy up. Lockdown going to be popped pretty early here. But look, the double flank out from USC. All these players that are going to be forced to exit the bomb site are going to be forced into a fight pretty shortly here. They don't seem to be fully aware as Nora looked away from a moment.
Oh, wow.
Does seem to be aware of Zedunga now. The dart and the drone going to be spotted out, but look, the players have flooded back in for USC. Shot onto Nora Bora. This is really awkward, really difficult for University of Oregon. The stick is coming down. The plant isn't for U of O. The stick is coming through. They don't seem to know, and that's going to be a third round.
That full stick from USC. The smokes aren't going to be able to allow them to see anything, and they're going to be able to take that round. USC, 3 rounds now, UO 5. It's definitely a lot closer than the start of last game, but I mean, it feels like both teams have been like finding and losing momentum this entire game, and both teams do have a bit of a bye here. We are seeing that Bulldog come out for Scoobs, but I mean, UO, no ults. They're close to a couple, but nothing super, super impactful. That Breach ult coming out is going to be interesting for USC as UO takes to take C again.
And look, we've seen time and again U of O finding a lot of success on these fast C hits, maybe recognizing that they should maybe just kind of speed up into it, and it seems like they really want to. I can't tell if they're selling a fake here or going to commit. The site smoke was committed pretty quickly by USC here. Yes, it is going to be the 1v1 here for Nora Bora once again. Swing out shots, not going to be good as Mr. finds the pick, and Father Chad finds one as well as the flood's coming through. The pick's not going the way of U of O at all, and Sloth alone in garage with just Scoobs pressured down, getting run down now.
Scoobs is going to find the
kill.
pick. I mean, it's not impossible, but Zedunga does find Sloth. It's all on Scoobs. They know exactly where he is. They are going to be able to back out, though.
Very difficult 1v3 here with only 47 seconds left. I wonder if he might just elect to save. It seems like that might be what he's going to do.
It's a good save. It's a good save.
Man, and I mean, that 1v1 went the way of U of O the first time that Nora ripped that ult. However, this time, not going their way, and the flood just not coming through. So even after the ult ended, right, the Killjoy was protected. The trade couldn't come through.
Yeah, no, and that's the situation. I mean, that ISO ult is just such a game changer for those takes because you are taking someone out of commission and potentially someone fully out of commission. If you win that duel, but Mr. is going to clean it up. 4-5, getting a little bit more close, a little bit more dicey here. So you get into this later part of the first half here. Things are definitely the tensions are definitely rising on both sides.
And I believe University of Oregon is going to be put down on a low buy for this round.
Yeah.
Yep. Just a hero rifle out from Muka potentially. Everybody else going to be on the Sheriffs, on a Stinger. And an op back online for USC. Yellow, again, looking to find value with that op, and I think they're going to be running into it. This is a little scary for U of O.
Yeah, they have to be expecting this, however. They definitely know Yellow wants to op when they can, and they know that Yellow did have that op money. Yellow, though, going to be going short here, looking for a big opportunity with that op, but they're able to kind of get out a little bit. The op shot's a miss. And Yellow's going to have to retreat quite a bit here. Oh, doesn't make the box jump, and that's their only updraft, mind you.
It's true, and they looks like they're just going to play full retake. I mean, I am not one to say playing retake on A is ever a good thing, but in this instance, U of O maybe feeling heavy pressure from the side of USC, electing to go re-explore other parts of the map as Father Chad finds a pick onto a lurking Sloth. Muka trying to break the turret, going to be meted and greeted by Arp Homie, who's going to force him away, and in this 45 now, U of O doesn't have a whole lot of space.
Yeah, not a lot of space. The firepower is not super there. I mean, they do still have a lot of space A that they can try to discover, but I mean, USC is going to be quick with that retake. They're going to have that Sova ult and that Breach ult, so that's going to be really, really tough for UO to deal with.
And it looks like they are going to speed up into this hit. Yellow posted on the short line here is going to hear the players coming in onto the A bomb site. Nora might be making the contact as this Breach ult is going to force the Fast Blood with the Sova ult as well. A counterblind comes out, does force Yellow out of the way. I think U of O is still going to hold on to the site for the time being. But here comes the Fast Blood, the op shot onto Yoshi to stun into Hell. Nora with a lot to do, finds the first onto Yellow, but Father Chad finds Muka, he's out Hell. Shots not going their way. Just Nora Bora left alone in a 1v4 with only a Deagle gonna get shot down by Mr. Saving her from a knife.
That would have been, that's rough.
We're tied up.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing USC having these like late first round surges, tying it up here. They were down, I think, 5-2? 5-2, I believe. But yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, again, another really important round is going to be coming in here. University of Oregon fully committing to this bye. They're not going to have a lot left for this last round should things go awry. So let's do another listen in to their comms and see what they're talking about coming into this round.
No, it can be you, to be honest.
So
So,
you want me to switch
Oh,
to
window?
mid?
Oh, hell yeah. Get me out there.
Talking about a little
Just
bit
save
of a
your
duel.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And
Go
the
down,
shield
go
is
down,
going to
go down.
force the Opper out
I'm
and
joining
get the
him,
first pick.
Wow. Big pick from Nora to
Thanks,
open up
Killjoy.
this round, but
80.
Mr. does get that
Right,
quick one on Muka.
I'm gonna vulnerable already. Vulnerable.
One is me.
Nice.
Nice.
Getting out,
Scoops and
going,
Sloth
going.
combined for
Yeah.
2 of their own. There's a player
Someone could
back
be
site
here.
here. Are they going to know?
They've
Yes, they
undershot
calm it.
Usually anchored backside.
Yeah, backside, backside, backside.
Backside gets two.
Go back A, we have
Our
one.
homie looking to get a little bit more. Finds the third.
Another massive, massive round out from Arp Homie, just putting on some heroics here in these influential rounds.
Sloth. I do believe that the Breach did pick up the op, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
oh
looks like
wow,
an
they're
off-ramp.
pushing up here far.
Those players, they did give up the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I wonder if they're going to be able to timing this.
I have retrieved this.
Oh
It's not
my
gonna
jump
happen.
scare.
Yeah.
Okay, they rotate full fast.
And that's, you know, a 6th round there for the side of USC. Again, we talked about it in the first game, and again in the second game. Instead of 5-1, it's 5-2, but still the result is the same.
Yeah.
Coming up on a potential 7-5 half again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it's a strong indicator. Like, we heard Nora say, like, okay, they rotate really fast here. I feel like we would have really liked to hear those comms. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure they said a lot of it, obviously, but I'm sure we would have liked to hear those comms earlier in the round because, I mean, I agree they are fast rotators. They like to play with their team. They like to go back to back. They like to trade. So how do you combat that? You got to play slower. You got to just take some space slowly. And UO is having some trouble with that on this Haven map right now.
And so many players from USC are gathered towards the C garage because look how far along they've gotten on this A lobby control.
Wow.
The op's going to end up getting posted on the short line very soon here, and it's going to give them so much information, so much control. It's going to make it very difficult for U of O to do anything without first pressuring them off of that space.
Yeah, that op is in primo condition to get a little bit of a quick pick here, as UO is possibly aware that their op is there. But here's the play. Father Chad is catch a Sloth who was not prepared for that.
And the op's going to find one. Zadunga finds one as well, and Nora Bora and Muka does find the trade on to Zadunga, excuse me. However, they're going to speed up into this A bomb site. They're going to be getting flanked by Yellow, and will the timing work out?
Oh,
Spotted out by Nora Bora. Big heroics there. Going to pick up the ult as well. as Muka not able to find it onto Father Chad. It's going to leave Nora alone in this 1v3. Finds the first, and wide swung by Father Chad, who puts her down to end the round and end the half.
Damn.
7-5 for
Great,
USC.
fantastic effort from Nora there, but not able to bring it down. We saw the twin duelists go for a big save on that round, but wasn't able to do it. And we're seeing a very even match for USC. Everyone is doing a little bit of everything. We're actually seeing Yellow, you know, the Opera that has had so much impact on this game with the least amount of KDA. You know, like we're seeing that and we're like, wow, okay, all right, this is a team that impact goes beyond just the stat sheet. And I think that UO, they're going to have to sort of tap into a little bit of that. They're going to tap into their X factors, you know, going into the second half here.
I would love to see some momentum breaking from U of O. I mean, they rattled off 5 rounds on USC side with no timeout coming in. Did they forget that they can call? And they didn't call one all last game either. And I mean, it's just, that's an opportunity to break it down.
I think they may, no, yeah, I don't think they called
Look at this position for Muka. He spotted one out. The timing, there's no way this gap is going to be known. He's going to find how many first.
1, 2,
finally
3.
noted 3 for Muka. Drops the bomb as Sloth finds the lurker and Mr. and Zedunga dazed and confused, wondering what the heck just happened.
Zedunga, oh gosh. Zedunga, though, is a little bit of a menace with that Sheriff, with that half armor.
Shot onto Scoob, swing out from Muka. He's gonna look to find it. The flash peek in the smoke. He's walking out, finds the third,
my gosh.
and suddenly it's a 1v1. 35 HP on Zedunga. Yoshi, deep inserted into short, is going to be maybe noted. The spike's going to be recuperated with 55 seconds. There's a lot of time here. And look, Yoshi's trying to walk up close. A little concerning here, potentially. A deep lobby smoke thrown gives her the space to continue to walk up here, but Zedunga seems to be wary of window. Is he going to notice that Yoshi could be coming from the A lobby side? Starts walking away.
At this point, the reload is not an option for Zedunga. One
Yoshi
bullet.
walking out of the smoke, spots Zedunga, and with only 1 bullet, can't clean it up. Almost a disaster upon disasters for University of Oregon.
Crazy good start to that round. Huge picks from Muka, but a little bit scary. Zedunga, we've been talking about them all game, but they're an absolute animal. And, you know, not even the top of this leaderboard, but, you know, top of
our hearts, maybe.
Well, maybe we'll say that. I would disagree, but you know, I think great effort from Zedunga, but just not going to cut it this round. They are going to get a Sheriff again, though, so you know, shout out their Sheriff action. Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Flash out window. It's going to give University of Southern California the mid space early here on this eco round, and they did convert the first eco on the defensive half, so maybe looking to repeat some of that magic again, but University of Oregon seems to be pretty disciplined this time.
Yeah, UO, I mean, they have that double duelist advantage of being able to do those fast retakes, and we are going to see a couple of those going into this round, especially because that ISO ult is so great for retake. Yellow's going to be able to pass through.
I think noted by the Cypher Cam up top, so they should be aware of this for the side of UO. And I think, yes, Yoshi does seem to be noting this. Going to take a reload out after some spam timing, but Yellow maybe able to find a lurk timing. No, picked up again by Yoshi.
Oh, there's the dart. That did not seem to work well at all. But, yeah, Yellow just chilling out in garage. I mean, this is definitely USC's garage at this point. This is their turf, so to speak. Any Splatoon heads out there. But looks like they might want to take a little bit of B as well, but they are going to see Nora Bora with...
Nora Bora is getting run down by Util, barely able to pop the shield off, taking down to 1 HP. The swing's going to come out from the chat. It's going to drop a Bulldog and open up the B bomb site. Look at all these players grouped in the C-Link. They're all being held at bay by Yellow right now, as USC looking to fight out of the C-Link smoke. Here comes the Omen blind as the players have to back away to CT.
Yoshi finds one. Mr. gets the trade on it. Sloth finds the other. Almost finds a whole bunch of them, but Mr. gets the trade with that
Scoops
Bulldog.
is in sight. Has he been noted? Not quite yet. The spam going back and forth as Muka finds one. Both these players lit up in the smoke. It's going to be pretty difficult for Muka here. He's going to flood out to try and help his duo. But the timing here for Zedunga back through the smoke hasn't been noted yet. The shock dart pegs a Promi. Drops it into a 2v1. However, the shot out for Zedunga in a 1v1 finds the second. And then Deagle continues to sing out for Zedunga with another massive round and another Eco 1 for USC Gold.
Listen, I made a one-off comment about Zedunga buying the Deagle at the start of the round. Like, oh, nice. You know, like, that's good that they bought another one because they did so good the first round. And I was not expecting the end of the round. I did not expect the round to go that way. I mean, UO definitely had a lot of advantages throughout that round, had a lot of opportunities to take it, but USC played like a team, played together. I'm sure those comms were electric and tight, and they were able
Time
to
to
hold on and win that eco again. We saw that's the first round, or sorry, saw this the first half. Seeing it again this half, as we see Muka going for some early space here in this A lobby.
Yeah, he's going to be able to walk all the way up deep. Maybe having some awareness with the presence being spotted outside of C. He's going to get pretty bold, pretty aggressive here on this eco of their own. He's going to find a timing on a Mister. The shot's going to be good, and that's going to drop a weapon. He's going to pop the ultimate and collect that gun as well. Suddenly, this 4v5 is going to force a reaction out from USC Gold as they speed up into the C bomb site.
Yeah, but look at, they're going to meet 3 UO players here as our homie gets 2 somehow, fully blinded. Yellow gets the 3rd.
Muka gonna flash out. All these players blind, finds 1, 2 trade out there, but Father Chad gets the final kill.
Dang, wow, crazy round there. I mean, I feel like that was just the multi-kill round. You know, we saw so many fights there dictated by who was able to get those second kill first, and it looked like at the end of there, USC was able to get a couple extra final 2 kills. Our homie going absolutely wild here, having a solid game,
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but University of Oregon really up against the wall here. Look at their economy into this bye round. They need to get it done here, or it might be too far out of control. So let's do a listen in. Let's hear what they're talking about going into this round.
Cover going out.
I beat the third.
Dark stun, C-Long.
Cage
think
C.
We're coming.
I'm out.
destroyed.
Yeah, just give
Okay,
it.
we can play retake. We have the blind for this, and just make sure all of our utils together.
Good calm
My
coming
eyes are
out.
down. I must wait a moment.
They're, yeah, they're out. They're
Full
gonna fight us
5v5
with
retake
100%.
here.
I have suppressed though.
Muka
Spike
gets
planted.
in
Okay.
for the
What were
turret.
the main bugs?
Running.
Okay.
Oh god.
Smoke's
I
down.
have point out.
One backside.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Not
backside. I'm
backside,
Valorant
yeah.
backside. We can't come out. I'm hauling.
Yoshi's gonna get spammed down, but
There's
Zadunga
2D
finds a
ball
shot
already.
onto Muka.
Our Pomi gets Yoshi. Our Pomi with the 2nd. Our Pomi with the 3rd.
Cracking open the round, and you can hear it in the comms. It doesn't sound great for the U of O side. Maybe feeling a bit defeated. Again, feeling maybe a bit of a rerun of map number 1, where things were just slowly slipping out of their hands after they had the early control.
Yeah, 10-6 here. You really don't want to let it get to 11-6 if you're UO. You really just don't want to give them that opportunity. But 3 or 5 Deagles coming out. They got to make something happen this round.
I imagine maybe looking for something aggressive potentially in mid. Muka, you can see he's standing there at the barrier with Nora, perhaps maybe looking for 2 fights out mid. No, it's just going to be Muka on a solo mission. Taking his timing, walking down mid.
Yeah, Muka has been pushing so aggressively at the start of all these rounds,
Here.
and it's requiring the Killjoy to put all of their utility for this flank. And Muka does notice where this utility is, and he's able to call it out, but on the other side of things, USC is able to hard push C with this information.
Yeah, looking for a full C exec. Yoshi's blind could be huge here. It's all about the timing. Gonna rip it, gonna hit many of the players here as Yellow up top as the TP comes in too, so Sloth's gonna find a second. Cypher will pop. Father Chad is going to be scanned up by the
Nora
dart,
gets another
excuse me.
one. And they're going to be able to pick up some guns here.
4v2, Spike is dropped down in a terrible spot for the side of USC Gold. It's going to be very difficult for them to break through now, but if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Zadunga.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, Zadunga. I don't know why I went Australian there. But Zadunga is been an absolute menace. With 25 bullets, though, in his gun is going to be very, very tough. He's going to have to find a secondary rifle if they want to have any chance of winning this round here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and with 30 seconds left, there
30
doesn't seem to
seconds
be a
left.
whole lot of time for them to do a full rewrap towards Garage. He's going to commit the Hunter's Fury in here. It's going to
Interesting.
spot Sloth. It's going to get the first. Suddenly it's a 2v3. Meanwhile, Mister's going to start working up. 18 seconds left.
Yeah, the timing is not there.
Finds the
Mister
shot on his
finds another
scoops,
one.
but is Yoshi going to be noted up top? Yes, the shot comes through. However, spam whiff, and the shots go the wrong way. And somehow that round fell apart for U of O. That is unbelievable.
UO up, what was it, 4 or 5-2 in that round. They had every single advantage. They were able to use their deagles to take massive space to get the bomb down, or no, not even get the bomb down. They were able to take the site, but they were not able to.
And finally, a timeout coming out for U of O. Let's do a listen in here for
Should we?
U of O.
So, I
Alright,
think we
let's-
can keep
let's
doing
go.
the same thing. They've obviously ended C a lot. And then
Yeah.
just don't throw the round.
Yeah,
That's
they've Killjoy
fact.
ult here. Might hit
We
it
have
with it.
civil for it. We have civil for it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go vote for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we just need to stop giving ones. It's just like unfortunate.
Tough.
Not a lot of strategy talk
I mean, I
going
feel like
on.
we're doing fine.
It
Tyler's
feels
right.
deflated.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's fucking go. Oh, I mean, let's freaking go. Sorry.
Good save there from Nora Bora.
$25 subtracted from her pay for this month. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I mean, honestly, using this timeout as a break is not even that bad of an idea.
100%. I mean, you need to string together at least a couple rounds before you give USC a match point. Because if you're staring down the barrel of 6 consecutive match points with no room for error, that's pretty tough, pretty brutal to come through. So University of Oregon needs to string it together starting right now.
Time
Yeah,
for a field.
and I mean, look at the economy of USC. They're racks upon racks upon racks upon racks. As Muka plays aggressively here, is gonna find a gaggle of folks on USC, and USC is also trying to develop out into the mid area of this map here, trying to take a lot of space, and probably gonna play reactionary based off that. I mean, they have the round advantage. They are totally able to do that. They're allowed to play a little bit more loose, a little bit more chill, because they know that it's all up to UO to make mistakes here if they want a chance to win.
100%, and it looks like they don't have any information towards the garage side. Yes, Yoshi is jump spotting towards back site, but look at these players. They've inserted themselves into garage pretty far along, and yeah, they're holding the exit, but what about the C-pop? Scoops not going to be able to find the shot. Our Homie finds the opener. That's a big pick, and look, they're going to walk away. They're calm. They're disciplined about this.
Yeah.
Muka taking a timing of his own, looking to find one, does find the shot in the trade onto Mister. He's aware of the rotate coming towards A, and it seems like U of O is going to be able to get some of their players here in time as the Omen TP comes into sight.
And let's not forget about that Killjoy. That Killjoy ult going down is so massive for UO this round. If they need to win this round, they need to not have that ult on hand. As they get 2, 3, everyone getting some action here.
30 seconds left.
And we've seen this before. We've
We
seen
have.
Arb Homie do this before. We've seen Zadunga do it before. Again, Arb Homie hoping for some heroics. Gonna be flashed up with 20 seconds left, and Sloth closes it out, and this time, no way, Jose. 7th round on the board for U of O.
Yeah, and now that they get this round, they took their time out, they got their round, they feel more composed. They're like, okay, this is not that bad of a deficit. Like, we got this. Like, this team, especially in this defensive situation, it's gonna be tough, but like, man, like dealing with this breach and this Killjoy ult eventually is gonna be such a tall task. UO's really gonna have to figure out a way to sort of adapt. I mean, playing retake on this map, as we all know, is insanely difficult at certain points. So UO's gonna try to do as much as they can proactively to take space and, you know, make some plays on the ball here, as Muka getting a little
Missed
aggressive.
the timing on Zadunga, but
Almost
that means
in a
Zadunga missed
way.
him. Shots out for Father Chad. Is he going to have the discipline to TP out? No, decides not to. Decides to stick around. He's going to reposition. Maybe looking for a refight onto Father Chad. Dry again. Shots going to be good for Muka. First pick opened up for the side of University of Oregon.
Yeah, Muka loved that situation, was able to get a little bit of a 1v1 duel. You know you have those advantages there, and was able to take that fight, TP out, repositioning on over to the B area. Gonna actually pop ult as well, maybe get some recon, some econ.
Yeah, and look at all this information he's gathering. There, he's seeing that University of Southern California hasn't taken any space on the C side of the map at all, which means they must be doing one thing, and that's regrouping towards A.
They gotta call out the A. They teleport. I mean, the Yori teleports back to A, which is fantastic, but they're gonna have to put some more people there, as 2 people are still in the C area.
Yeah, and with Sloth tucked into heaven, he's playing those kill trips again. He found one off the trip last time. Is he going to be able to find another off his trip this time?
I think
Cam,
they're
going to be noted.
I think they're gonna try to fade the Killjoy ult as the bomb goes down.
Oh, does find the pick with the Sobel. Meanwhile, Nora Bora found the lurk pick onto Arp Homie, and here comes the flood. Here comes the cavalry.
I will say the ISO ult does not hit, unfortunately.
Last player standing.
And Sloth goes 1 for 1 with Zadunga, and Yellow finally taken down as Sloth picks up his 2nd on the round, and there's another one on the board. Here we go. U of O starting to string it together a little bit.
Yeah, and the thing I really liked about that round was USC does what they do every single round. They play slow, they play together, but UO was able to sort of take that information, and they're like, okay, they're going to play as a team, we're going to play as a team back, and they were able to take a really strong retake there. And honestly, they're looking like a whole different team after this break.
Absolutely, and I think we talked about it in the pre-show. Muka is one of those star players. He was the star player of that round, right? He got the early first blood onto the breach, then he popped his ultimate ability and re-cleared all of that space. So they were able to be there on the A bomb site in time for the site exec. And as you pointed out just there to me in a second ago, He's got an operator now.
Yeah, we're seeing Muka pull out the op on Yoru. I mean, it's honestly a strong move. You want to string these rounds together, and the best
he's
way to do
gonna
that is
find
with
it.
the op as we get the kill off screen. Shout out, what shows or movie does that? Game of Thrones?
Something like that.
Something. I don't
Interesting tripwire setup
You
here
should run.
for Sloth here. A bit of some freaky tripwires.
Some freaky odd tripwires coming out from Sloth as the attacker killjoy ult is gonna
Muka's
pop.
going for a peek. He
Oh!
finds the flick headshot onto Yellow, and TP's out of there, dodges the lockdown as well.
I've
as the
never done-
plant's going to come down as a 3v5 situation. Sloth finds a pick as well, makes it a 2v5. Going to get traded out by Father Chad.
Oh, and
Rachel
a
going to be
Rachel.
committed. Missed her, finds the pick onto Scoobs, and suddenly it's looking winnable again for USC Gold. But look, Nora Bora is going to be late on this flank. She's going to be everything here for U of O.
They gotta be fast. I mean, they really don't have the time to be wasting here, especially because Nora is just now
Going to be spotted, pops the shield. Vulnerable coming in.
working as a team. Nice. There's
One
the
and
3.
There it is, another massive round from Muka. I mean, going for some heroic, maybe a bit of crazy plays.
I mean, I think that's exactly what you want to see from your duelist player at this point in the game. You want to see them go for those, 50-50 plays, maybe not actually 50-50, but they would tell you they're 50-50
Sure.
plays. Because you know that if you can pull that off, your team is in such an advantaged state, and we saw that with the snowball of that round. UO almost had no... There's a little couple scares, but really they had no chance of really losing that round as they're stringing together a 3-round win streak, 9 or 11-9,
Yeah.
going into this.
I think it
Round
could
here.
it could be even, at this point, there's not a whole lot left to lose, right?
Oh, yeah,
Your back's against the
absolutely.
wall, so rather than crumble under the moment, maybe shine a little bit brighter, play a little more carefree, a little more loose, because the worst
Absolutely.
that can happen is what you were expecting at this point anyway. Full C exec is going to come out for the side of USC. Yoshi has been spotted on back plat. She is going to be in a very vulnerable position. Repositions onto default. Nora Bora with the flood, and Muka with the op shot again with the opener. Father Chad finds the shot onto Yoshi. However, Nora still deep ingrained in the site, going to be blinded up. Swing's going to come out in a second here. Arpomi looking for one. Zadunga finds the shot. Flash. No fight coming out yet, but Mr. find the lurk timing onto Sloth. Gonna get traded out. It's going to pop the ult. Here we go. In the 3v2, Swing finds another one. Shot not gonna be good quite yet.
Spike planted.
Muka in this 1v2. He has an
Second ping
op.
goes off.
This is gonna be very difficult here with just an operator.
Let's try to listen in here and see what's happening.
Dead. Silent.
Silent, sorry.
On the side of U of O.
I think we are tapped in, believe it or not.
Picks up the rifle. Isn't gonna see him on default.
yeah.
Father
What?
Chad cleans up the round. 3 opportunities to close it out for USC. However, UO did do some work, put in some legwork to
Oh, yeah.
make it a manageable gap here.
Oh yeah. The gap has definitely been closed in this game, and UO knows that they can definitely win these rounds. They have a little bit of money. I mean, they have the money to full buy here. Going to this next round, we're gonna see Yellow bring out the knives.
Right there.
And it looks like if I was USC, I would feel good about going C again, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, why not run it back, right? They were able to find that opening pick for U of O. However, it was just he had a TP out, and suddenly that site is theirs, and the flood fights weren't there either.
Yeah, that's the flip side of Yoru's. You get the you get the kill, but you don't get the space.
And
It's very
Muka's going to
interesting.
take a timing peek out. He's going to get spotted by Arpom. He doesn't seem to be afraid, though. But this time, not TPing away, just falling back into window.
Yeah, I like the mixture of TPs and just
Mr.
falling back.
finds an opener on the A side of the map, and that's a lot of space lost. Is going to draw Sloth all the way back. Flash swing into Garage is going to force Muka out as well,
Oh,
but
wow.
Nora Bora finds the pick
Timing
onto
was
Yellow.
Great there. The timing there was. Wait, they have double off. No, they don't.
Oh, but Zadunga finds the trade onto Muka, does get refragged by Nora Bora, but she's going to be left alone at 1 HP. A lot for Yoshi to do. Finds the first, looking for the second. The blind's going to come through onto Arpomi, but Mr's long jiggle going to be spotted out. Here come the cavalry, however, for the side of U of O. It's going to be a complete brawl here on the site. 3v2. Sloth taken down.
Oh,
Mr.
missed
finds
her.
2, 3, and a 4th to close it out.
Attackers win.
And
Big
that's gonna
shots.
be it. Missed her, taking the 4K and the series with that, and USC Gold is unfortunately going to be taking out UO Yellow in the semifinals. Is there a loser bracket?
There is.
There is a
So
loser bracket.
don't be too sad. Fans at home, Duck fans at home. There will be a third place game next week for
Okay,
the side
okay.
of U of O. But
Got
really,
you.
what went wrong there, would you say?
I mean, I'm not, the most knowledgeable here, but I feel like it definitely felt like USC was just really working together. The multi-frags were just coming in, And I mean, this is just a game about like how can you react to the other's team, and I feel like in a lot of ways UO was allowing USC to react in the ways that they're really comfortable with. Like they allowed USC to be in positions where they know how to use their characters because they've been doing this for so long. I mean, they've been playing this comp probably since it's been able to be played on this map. So I think that comfortability really played a massive part in it. I mean, let's be honest, this is a massive game for both of these teams. I mean, they're both they were both super excited. They're both trying their hardest, and I feel like USC was able to capitalize in a lot of those ways. And that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, really, a lot of those rounds looked so great for U of O. There were some serious heroics out from USC Gold, and sometimes that's what you need to take down a map, to take down a series. Props to USC Gold for getting it done.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be seeing U of O Yellow once again next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same time, same place.
Same
so
place.
be there. We appreciate you all for watching. I'm Chase Wakeless.
Yeah, I'm Jacob, Lippy Jacob. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And yeah, have a good night. Stay safe, everybody.
See you next time.
See ya. Peace.